Alright guys, so tonight for hashtag what Asian people eat, we are making chicken adobo. So right here we're going to do the marinade right now, which you should definitely do at least 24 hours in advance. I've read a bunch of different things online before and always say at least do it 24 hours in advance so you can get the marinade soaked in the chicken. So here we have 2 packs of organic free-range chicken thighs. It's a pack right here, and then we got another pack here, and there's 5 in each, so it'll be 10. And then we have white vinegar, soy sauce, garlic salt. This is 5 cloves of chopped up garlic. Here's orange peel, which I add to it, which I like to do, to give it a different citrus note, and then a little bit of light brown sugar, and then we have whole peppercorns, and I will grate in some ginger. I will show you as it comes together. Okay guys, I'm going to show you the marinade of how I do the chicken adobo. I like to put my marinade in a glass bowl to start, so you can pour it into a plastic bag, which I like to use the freezer Ziploc, a double, because it is raw chicken. It's going to be a lot of vinegar and soy sauce and a lot of liquid, so it makes it a lot easier just to double bag a freezer bag, and you can set it in your fridge overnight, so your chicken will be all marinated for the next day. So I'm going to show you right here, the first thing I'm going to put in this bowl. So basically, first of all, I'm going to show you the spice mixture I made. And right here, I have my mortar and pestle that has my spice blend already in it. I was already kind enough to blend up the spices nice and fine so you can see them right here. We have a spice grinder that's electric, that's like for coffee beans kind of, but for spices. But I find the hand grinding of this works a lot better. Your spices are going to be super aromatic and work out great. So in here I already put and grind it up. So you can see how you grind it in here. You put the spices in here and just go in a circular motion. Not too fast, because if you go too fast it's going to spill all over the side. So just round and around in the same type of motion, the same pressure, not changing anything, will keep it from coming out of the bottom. So inside here, basically I'll let you know what we have. So I put in whole peppercorns, because when you grind them you're going to get an amazing flavor. Fresh ground peppercorn, always much better. So I put 1 tablespoon of whole peppercorns in here so they can be ground. Next I put orange peel. Now traditionally it's not cooked with orange peel, but I like it because it adds a slight citrus note, which I really like. So I put 1 teaspoon of this in here as well. Also, I put 1 teaspoon of garlic salt in. Now there's also garlic in it, but I like to put a little bit of extra garlic salt, 1 teaspoon of that. Also, the next thing that was put in there was light brown sugar. You can use palm sugar if you want. You can use light brown sugar. You can use white sugar. I just like to add a tiny bit of sweetness into it because there's a lot of vinegar in it, which gives it the tang. It's got a lot of soy sauce in it, which gives it the salt, but you also want to counterbalance that with a bit of sweetness for me because I like that umami note in there. So basically for brown sugar, I put 1 tablespoon in here as well. That's the spice mixture for that. Now, here's our bowl back again. I'm also going to have bay leaves. Now, I don't want to ground that up to eat that in my food. I just want it for flavoring. So I'm going to take out 2 big bay leaves, if not 3 small ones. Here's 2 good-sized ones that we're going to put in with the chicken marinade. So that's in the bowl. That's the starter of the bowl, what we got going on. Then after that, I'm going to put my beautiful spice mixture that you guys already saw in here. And you can also leave the peppercorns whole if you like, which is traditionally what is done. I just like to grind them to get more flavor. And then after that, I have 5 cloves of minced garlic. Tried to dice it, mince it as fine as I could. That's what we got there. So we're going to put this in the bowl right now. Which my hands are still very sticky from this garlic. And then I have grated ginger. And the grated ginger here is about 1 teaspoon. I just like it for a little bit of tang. So we've got our spices, our ginger, our garlic, all ready in here, our bay leaves. Next we're going to put in is, which is one of the main ingredients in chicken adobo, you can use any kind of meat you want. Pork, beef, chicken, lamb, goat, whatever you want, you can use the meat. So here I've got a half a cup, and I'm going to pour some vinegar in. Just a little bit under a half a cup. If I need more, I can add more. Because when you put the chicken in this marinade, you're going to end up using this marinade in the sauce for tomorrow. So if it's a good amount of vinegar, a good amount of soy sauce, it will break down when it's with all the other vegetables and in the sauce. And we're going to take the soy sauce and put a half a cup of that in. This is a Kiko Man, less salt soy sauce. We also have some organic soy sauce here, Simple Truth brand from Ralph's that we've got to use up. It doesn't really matter. Soy sauce, just whatever your preference is of flavor and taste. We're going to get this full here. Okay, there we go. And we got our soy sauce. So basically, that's what our marinade is right here. So you can see. It smells super good. So we're going to put this onto the chicken and in the bag. Get the chicken washed up, put it in the bag, put this sauce on, and let it marinate overnight for 24 hours. You can do 24 hours, 48 hours. The most I would do is 48 hours just for me, but I'm sure you could do a little bit longer if you wanted. But this nice juice will soak into the chicken so beautifully and release into the adobo stew tomorrow. So after we get this into the chicken in the Ziploc bags, I'm going to show you what that looks like in just a moment. Okay guys, we got the chicken in the marinade. This is organic chicken thighs right here. And we've got it all cozy in the marinade. So what you're going to want to do is make sure when you get the marinade there and the chicken that's been washed, you want to move it around, massage it a little bit. Massage the chicken and get the juices and all the spices. You can see all the spices moved around into the chicken. Flip it around. Then you want to make sure there's all the air out of the bag. Flip it in half like this and put it inside another Ziploc for the night so it can cocoon itself in this marinade. And every few hours before you go to sleep, you can just flip it over, and all that nice juice from the bottom is going to condense all the way down from the top to the bottom. And you're going to flip it again, it's going to do the same thing. So if you can do that every few hours, it's helpful. If not, no worries about that. We'll be back to with you guys soon to show you how we create this dish. Okay guys, so the chicken has been marinating overnight, as you can see right here. A lot of the moisture, the soy sauce, the vinegar, and the spices is all soaked up into a lot of the chicken. So you can see I brought this out of the fridge and I'm bringing it closer to room temperature so it's ready to go. So the chicken you put aside. Our next ingredient, we got one whole large white onion here, diced. Then we have a pound of carrots chopped up. And then here I have 3 pounds of potatoes. They have been peeled and cut into chunks, probably eighths. And they're in water right now so they don't turn brown until I'm ready to cook them. And then I'll be using olive oil to start off browning the onions, which I will show you in just a few minutes. Also too, I'll be putting in some more whole peppercorns, some more white vinegar, and some more soy sauce. So I'll show you the next step. Alright guys, so I got some olive oil in here, some EVOO. I've got about 2 tablespoons in here. Got the Dutch oven ready to go. So we're going to pour in some onions, 1 large white onion. I'm going to brown that off. I'm going to crack some fresh pepper, some salt, It's all about layering the seasonings. You want to stir those around and brown those onions off. You don't want them too brown, but you want them a little bit translucent. So once you start seeing them turn from opaque to translucent, but not brown yet, that is the money moment that you want to pull these off the burner. Next step, I'm going to put in the carrots. Brown off the carrots a little bit. Look at this, guys. Onions, carrots, oh yeah. Now I'm going to be pouring this chicken bag, all the marinade, right into the Dutch oven. There we go. So after you get this chicken in here, I'm just going to mix it around. All that marinade is going to soak into the carrots, the onions, and the potatoes when we put them in. And it's going to give it an incredible flavor. It's going to soak in all this vinegar and all the soy sauce and all the spices we had. It's going to soak it all into the vegetables, and that's what you want. And all the peppercorn is all over the chicken, and the garlic was in the marinade. It's going to soak in beautifully. Next, we're going to pour in our potatoes. Now, traditionally, this is not made with potatoes, but me and Butters and I, are white girls, and we love potatoes. And actually, my friend Susie, her mom, now puts potatoes, who's traditional, they are Filipino, puts potatoes in her chicken adobo now because she says it's so delicious. I don't know, something with the rice and the potatoes and the delicious gravy soaking in, it just works. Sometimes you gotta mesh cultures a little bit to create something that's you, right? I want to mix this in with the heat still on the oven. I got it at about, not high, but medium high. Yeah. I've got it on a 6 right now. Out of 9, I've got it on a 6. So medium high. You can see this chicken, how much marinade is on this chicken. Garlic, pepper, onion. It's got so much delicious marinade on that. What I like to do is get the chicken all to the top so it can cook on top and the fat can drip down into the potatoes, into the carrots, into the rich gravy. That's where the money's at. So now I'm going to be adding some more vinegar, probably about 1/4 cup, and definitely some more soy sauce. Put in about 1/3 cup here on top. You're putting some whole peppercorns in. I already got ground peppercorn in the chicken, about a tablespoon. I'm putting about another teaspoon in of whole peppercorns. That's a must in adobo, whole peppercorn.
Now, Bears called me in to go out and grab some chives
From our garden.
Which are growing because it's actually raining here in LA a bunch lately. So, in true Wanda Woo and Asian fashion for this video, I think we're going to cut them up with some scissors.
Now, if you feel you do not have enough liquid in here, like right now, you can see I got to press down a little bit to get a little bit of liquid down here. You can add a little bit of water. Unless you want it really, really rich and strong as far as salt, you can add more soy sauce or more vinegar. I like to add a little bit of water in here because it's going to be already very rich and salty as it is. And vinegary, so a little bit of water. 1 cup. 1 cup will do ya. And it's still going to make a very rich, strong gravy. Okay, now we've got our Dutch oven is ready to go. It's got enough liquid to where if I push down a little bit here, you're going to see liquid right here. So it's a good amount, just below the chicken. The chicken, actually, the bottom of the chicken is just touching the liquid, which is perfect, just the way I wanted it. So I'm going to cover this up, turn my heat off the stove top, put the heat on the oven.
So Bears has the oven on at 360, and she's going to bake it for how long?
45 minutes.
45. See you in 45.
Sweet Jesus, that's heavy. Oh, God. Alright, guys, so I'm going to turn my oven off now. This was in for 45 minutes. It just got out of the oven. As you can see, it smells delicious and it looks beautiful. On the chicken, I've already temperature checked. They're already about at 175 right now, so that's perfect. The potatoes, as you can see, they've turned a little bit brown, which is just what you wanted, the color of the sauce. And you want to check your potato, make sure, yep, it goes in easily. It's done, but not falling apart, so that's perfect. Next thing you want to do is check your carrots. Make sure you can poke through those. Yep, al dente. That's perfect. You are good to go. So basically, I'm just going to put the top back on, let it rest another 15 minutes, let the flavors settle into the potatoes and the carrots, and we'll be dishing up dinner very soon. Hope you guys enjoy.